What is up, everybody? Unfortunately, try to communicate with this guy through text message, through calls, no response. He's been doing this for like at least a few weeks, man. I don't know. I'm at a point where, it is what it is. Just because you have his number does not mean he's going to communicate with you automatically. He's got a schedule, but he's kind of forgotten a lot. Lately, he's forgotten. Like, dude, straight up, I'm not lying. Like, this guy, I guess it is what it is. Like, when you text him or call him, doesn't respond, maybe responds way late, dude. Like, I guess it's true what they say about the guy. He never shows up on time. Like, straight up, never shows up on time. Like, even before they even had these communications through social media, this guy was never a no-show. But the point is, it's rare to get this guy on the show. Even though I've got his number, but it doesn't seem to work. So whether he shows up or not, I'll probably keep doing this stream for a little while. But if he comes out of nowhere, hey, it's great. But I'm at a point where it's got to move on. Dude, I've given this guy a little bit of chances. I get it. There were some schedules with him, but then there were days where he could have at least got a schedule with me by then. But instead, he's like, sure, man, let's do this at this time. Yeah, I'll be all right. Yeah, just send me the link and I'll jump in. And I'm like, I sent him a link. Never shows up. I don't know. And then he's like, I'll be there. Don't worry. Oh, sorry. Fuck, I forgot. What was the schedule again? You said this time, and I was getting my house paint. I forgot. Damn. What were you gonna? So let's do another day. I keep giving him another schedule, and he's like, "Oh shit." He's like, hey, what do we do next? Just let me know. Let me know if there's something open. Sorry, man. I lose stuff over there. I lose memory. And then he's like, fuck, forgot. I don't know. It is what it is. Yeah, it was good. I keep grinding, man, but I don't know what is it with these other guesses, man. But he's been doing it for a while. So I don't know. I don't hold nothing against him. He's kind of like had his reputation of being a no-show, but I'm just going to put the title, he's a no-show, because he isn't. I'm here. He isn't. I don't see no guests under the damn link, so I don't know. He seems like an okay guy, but I guess it's true what they say. He never shows up on time. Even in wrestling events, he's always the late guy. But when I had to give him some reminders for the schedule, he was like, what was the day again? And he's like, oh, fuck. Was I supposed to be at that day? Because I called him a couple of times before, and he's like, I can do it this time. Just give me a heads up. And you got to remind this guy, too, because he's got so many concussions on his fucking head. But that guy, it is what it is. What's up, Corey? What's up? It's the kid. 916. Well, pretty much later, I am going to have Coach Dante a little later. So I don't know, man. It's frustrating that I had to pretty much try to put the effort, but I don't know. But he has an opportunity to maybe redeem it by just entering the link, bro. I'm just not going to wait anymore. I already had a lot of schedules with this guy. Anytime he changes the schedule, dude, anytime he changes it, bro, it's like he forgets automatically. Like we already like talked about it, and I get it. Sometimes you're a little busy with your schedule, but when you set a schedule, you gotta stick with the schedule. But maybe he's exactly what he was telling me from the get-go, that he just has a lot of brain damage and it's hard for him to remember shit. So it's understandable, very understandable. But I was definitely looking forward to hear what he had to say about his wrestling days and all the other stuff. I was definitely looking forward to the controversial shit he was about to say, but You won't be able to see this. You won't be able to see that interview because he's a no-show. But I'll keep it going for 30 more minutes. And 30 minutes, he can redeem it. But who am I to judge? I just want to keep the show going, man. So I've been trying to reach out with some other athletes too. So I messaged Mike Nolan, even though he wasn't a great coach, even though he wasn't at all. He messaged me back and just said that he doesn't speak as much like at all. So I think he just wasn't into the interview. So Mike Nolan turned me down. Dre Bly, he kind of was interested. So maybe there's a chance I'll interview Dre Bly. But she was known as a Ram, Lions, and Broncos, and then he played with the Niners. So he kind of wanted to know what it's all about. So when he asks that question, what do you do? What is for what, and what do you do, and all that stuff. So maybe he might be interested. So maybe I might get cornerback Dre Bly, and I'm looking to get some more NFL players too. So it takes time. A lot of the players lately are kind of been quiet, man. So it's been a quiet business. Haven't found much NFL players lately. So wrestlers, it's kind of been difficult, man. I've been trying to reach out with them. Some of them are playing hardball, especially Ken Anderson. What do you think the safety we signed from Chicago Bears? Good pickup. He's a really good pickup. A really good, solid pickup. We needed some depth right there. You need a ball hawker. Even though he's not the same player, he does give you some veteran experience. But the point is, what are we supposed to do, man? So I guess Jimmy Ward's going to either miss some time, but I don't like how we just sign players and then we just automatically cut them. Like, dude, if you're going to sign Gibson, at least let him stay on the fucking roster. I don't like how you just waste some fucking roster spot for a player and then you just don't even keep him. Like, I got a good feeling during this last preseason game, I bet you we're going to cut Gibson, bro. I just have a feeling because they do this shit all the time. Like, if you're going to do that, you should have never signed him. And I don't like how they do that stuff. That's not the way you do the business. If you're going to sign somebody who's a ball hawker, you better keep him. He can't be any worse than what we got. Jimmy Ward, for example, when healthy, he's really good. Then you get somebody like George Odom. He's just a special teamer, but he's a what is it, like, he's good tackler in the box. Like, he misses 0 tackles. Not flashy, but decent, you know? Tavarius Moore, he's more of a fast safety, the single high safety who can cover, but he's just been a little inconsistent coming off an Achilles injury. That's a question mark. This is why I like the Gibson signing, because he does give you some experience there. So in case injuries do happen, this guy steps in and plays well. Like, we're like an oil machine out there. But I'm hoping it's not a waste of fucking roster spot, because if you cut him after this game, it's proven that you wasted a fucking roster spot. You could have just kept him in the beginning. Like, for example, I think Willie Snead would probably have a tough time making the team, but with Malik Turner, that could be interesting. I think Malik Turner is making a strong case for the roster, but don't be surprised if we keep Snead over Malik Turner, bro. Usually Shanahan prefers like consistency, a guy that can catch the ball too and do a lot of everything. And I think that's what's so valuable about Willie Snead is on those third down plays. He'll make some clutch catches, and that's where you're going to need that at the most. But that's pretty much what you can hear about, man. But I'll give it 30 more minutes, and if Jamie doesn't show up, that's the end of the wrap, man. I'm not going to worry about it. I just wanted to see if there was going to be actual people who were going to freaking show up, because there was like so many damn likes on the damn stream. And I was just wondering, he must have been that damn popular because he's controversial. You bring in Jamie Dundee, you're going to get controversial shit. And this guy couldn't even show up. And it's true what they say. Doesn't show up on time for a wrestling event. Doesn't show up on time on certain shows. So you got to be kidding me. Like, when you give this guy a schedule, he'll probably forget the next day or two, and then you won't even see it coming. Then he's like, oh, shit. Was I supposed to be there? God damn it. Yep. We'll see what happens, man. We're definitely looking into it, man. So we'll see. But speaking of football, man, we'll see what happens. What's up, Cart Kingdom? You changed your name to Cart Kingdom. That's an interesting name. I thought you were going to stick with CartCast. What got you to change the name as Cart Kingdom? Oh, dang. No show today. Yeah, this is a no-show guy. It's no surprise. It's no surprise that this guy is a no-show. Why is it not a surprise to me? Because he's been known for that. This guy has reputation of being a no-show. In wrestling events, he got fired for not even being for not showing up on time. I don't know if this was a true story, but according to what I heard, one of the promotion that he was supposed to wrestle at, he showed up very late and got fired after the match because he couldn't show up on time. And I guess it's true what they say. It's true that this guy cannot show up to save his life. But you see, I mean, it is what it is. No show, but I got Coach Dante. I got Coach Dante later. 1 p.m. Pacific time, I'm going to collaborate with Coach Dante. And then I'm going to the gym. And then we got the round check coming up tonight. So don't sweat it. I just wanted to use the title, Jamie Dundee No Show, because I gave him some chances. You are a no-show, sir. Oh, okay. There are 2 channels that are named CartCast. Wouldn't want people to get confused finding 2. Yeah, that's true. Cart Kingdom. I guess that kind of does seem rare. It does make it makes your channel get found easier. So I guess Cart Kingdom. Got to get Coach Dante on the show. Yeah, I am going to get him on the show. I'll get him at 1 because I wanted to make sure when I got Dundee on the show, wanted to make sure this guy was going to show up. And true to be known, he didn't even show up. So I'm going to focus on Coach Dante, and then I'm going to the gym. And after that, round check, and that's it. But we can discuss about any other topics, man. What do you guys think of those preseason games? We're 2-0. I know it doesn't mean squat, but it's something that we can definitely look forward to. Our backups are looking like pretty damn solid. I mean, our defense got some turnovers, even with the backups. I mean, you look at our defensive line. They can be starters elsewhere. I mean, you look at the depth, you look at the linebackers, you look at the secondary, it's a lot better than last year. The offensive line was more of a concern, but then you look at the interior line with the guard position, it's not as bad. Just the center position has to be fixed. That's all my concern is if we can get a damn center. If we can get a damn center, then we're good. But as far as all that, man, it is what it is. And yeah, you don't want to get confused with CartCast, huh? Why not you just put a name with Cart Kingdom? I mean, it kind of sounds catchy, but you could use Cart Empire or Cart Mart. Not just playing. Hey, but Cart Kingdom's pretty catchy. Sup, crazy juice? We got the juice. Sorry, Jamie Dundee didn't show up. The guy is late, like always. Hey, I mean, dude, I ain't lying, bro. I ain't lying. I did message him, and that's what he said. He's like, "Oh, I'll be there at 1 o'clock." He's in the Central Time right now, so he told me that he'll be there at 1. Sent him a link. Didn't even show up. He's like, dude, I don't know. I'm done with this guy. If he's going to reach out to me and call me unexpectedly, then cool. But I'm just going to go with the flow, man. I'm going to go with the flow, man. No wonder why you didn't get a chance in the damn business because you were late. You're late. That's why you don't get no main event push. But the PG-13, hey, you guys were a pretty damn good tag team. Just wasn't used the right way. But hey, who am I to judge? But Coach Dante, we're going to have a show with Coach Dante later. Dante's ready when I'm ready. But want to keep the flow going, man. Want to keep it going. Hey, we got Strive and Skate 16. We got that Saints fan in the building. We got that Florida Gator fan. And everybody is popping in the comments. We got you. Well, that's popping. Then we got my boy Crazy Juice. Like, he's super crazy. Matter of fact, I want to try to reach out for Super Crazy. I know he has a Facebook account, so I might reach out to him. As far as Jamie Dundee, if you guys are going to get him on the show, good luck with that. He don't show up. I tried to be reasonable with him, but he couldn't even show up. So tomorrow, we'll see what happens. Jamie Winborn and Julian Peterson, we'll see what happens. More than likely, Jamie Winborn will show up. As far as Julian Peterson, he might, so I might have to give him a heads up again. But he said he will, so there's no sure thing, but more than likely I'll get Winborn on, so just in case if you guys are getting aware of it. But I was trying to reach out with Peterson. Peterson did call and said he would be interested, but he wanted me to call him back with him this week, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I ain't lying, bro. So if you guys are wondering, I'm using that for shit, bro. Nah, I'll probably just screenshot the messages he said to me, and then you guys will get the memo why I kept doing what I did. So I'll probably just give you guys evidence, but I'll cover the number because I don't want you guys to know who his number is. Nah. I tried to get with Jamie Dundee to go on the show, bro, and text message and inbox messages, bro. He says this. It's too good to be true when he says that stuff, but doesn't show up. If I could find where Super Crazy is, bro, that's the hard part. I don't even know if he goes on Facebook. But that would be a good guess. Super crazy. If I can get him. If I can try to get Super Crazy, man. That guy is something cool. From the ECW Luchador. They call him Super Crazy. We'll see what happens, man. But all these wrestlers are kind of like hardheads, man. You may get lucky with some of them, but then some of them are pretty hard-headed, man. I ain't gonna lie. If you know what I mean. But man, if you guys got any questions, man, I apologize for holding you guys up for a few weeks or a month with Jamie Dundee. I've reasoned with this guy, and he never showed up. So if you guys got any other questions, I'm just going to leave the title and say he's a no-show. Switch to Dark Side UFC. Goddamn, yeah, you're right. Switch to Dark Side. Nah. But there'll be some more future guests coming up soon. It's just schedules have changed, and we'll see. As far as other people, I've actually tried to message a couple of NFL players and see what happens, but we'll see. Dre Bly might be interested because he's kind of like asking the question, what is my channel's all about? And he wanted to know about it, so maybe there's interest, but he just wanted to know what I'm all about, so maybe there's an interest there. I'll try to reach out with more players, but it's not that easy with these guys. Some of them don't even want to get the spotlight. Burford interview 2.0. If I can get him, he's a busy man. He does a lot of training, so that might be hard for me to get him. So more than either by this offseason that he might be interested, but right now he is not. He told me like a while ago that he just doesn't have the time right now. Like he's more determined to keep win a starting job, and maybe through the offseason he'll come back because he said he's more than open to do that. But I just think he's too focused on his training a little bit, so that's probably what's holding him back now. I'm ready for the NFL. Aren't we all ready for the NFL? Yep, I want to get Buford, but I can't. Jason Poe, I've got him before, but doesn't respond no more. So I guess sometimes when you get into the NFL, you get too big than everybody else. But It's cool. You got to enjoy the NFL spotlight. You got to enjoy the fame you're going to get. See, Jason Poe has an opportunity to actually make the roster if he can compete for that guard spot. Yeah. Yeah, you're a Saints fan. How do you feel about Jameis Winston? How do you feel about him at quarterback? I mean, are you that confident about that guy? I just don't know about Jameis Winston. If I'm keeping it real with you, like if you guys need a quarterback, go get Garoppolo. Garoppolo will make you guys look solid. Can't be any worse than what you guys got. I just don't trust Jameis Winston. I mean, if that's being realistic, man. Whew. So how do you feel about Jameis Winston at quarterback? Do you feel like you guys have a chance, or do you feel like he can't do nothing for y'all? Because I know there's a different mixed review with these Saints fans. Well, he did look good last year, but then he got injured, so that did sure hurt him. Maybe you're hoping that he can improve his decision making. Last year, he kind of had better decision making than the previous years, because the previous years he threw a lot of picks. So maybe they're onto something, and he's taking a bargain contract. But man, you guys could have do better with Jimmy at quarterback. But we'll see. It seems like kind of like obvious if you want to go that route. Let's see, man. Because I like him, he's the GOAT. You like him because he's the GOAT? He played at Florida State. What makes him the GOAT? Aren't you a Gators fan? You don't call a Florida State Seminole a GOAT. That's like me calling one of those other players a GOAT, man. Oh, Trevor Siemian. I think he's with another team. I think he's with the Bears. And Trevor Siemian left. I think you guys had him last year when the injuries happened with Winston. So we'll see. If you guys have any more questions, let's just go with the questions. I'll be glad to answer. Then maybe I'll end this pretty quickly because I just wanted to make my message clear. You're a Trevor Siemian fan. How are you a Trevor Siemian fan? He must be that good then for you. But he's with the Bears, so we'll see. I mean, did you like Trevor Siemian when he was with the Broncos before, or you just weren't sure about him before then? I mean, it's cool. He was the Broncos' third-string quarterback when Manning retired at that point, so he had to be a solid option. I know they were very high on that guy. And it wasn't like he played a lot of snaps in the beginning, but then when he got his chance, he did okay, yeah, because he's nice. Oh, okay. He's nice. Just a nice baller. Okay. But we did sign Tashawn Gibson, so we'll see about it. We'll definitely see about it. We're looking, and we're going to see what happens, you know. I feel like signing Gibson is more like insurance policy because with Jimmy Ward maybe not playing this game against the Bears, it does give us an advantage because we get somebody that knows the damn Bears and could read the weakness of Justin Fields. Trevor's my dog. He can throw. Cool. Guess he can throw. He can throw. I mean, he's getting chances, so he has to be something good. So we'll see. What are we going to get for this game? So the Niners and Texans game is going to be pretty interesting. So we'll figure out what happens from here on out. But yeah, it's totally interesting if we think about it. All right, let's leave some questions, y'all. Give me at least like 10 questions or so before I even end this. Whatever you guys want to say, this is a Q&A now. So put your questions, and I'll be glad to answer if you guys want me to. Just to kill a little time. And plus, forget about this Dundee guy. He's done, and he's D. Mayfield versus Browns week 1. Oh, is that just a game? Is that telling me or is that asking? Because if you look at Mayfield going against the Browns, that's vengeance. Like seriously, like if coming into this week, you're going to play against a team that screwed you over and took a quarterback who was going to be suspended. Like the fact that Mayfield has that on his calendar. He wants payback against the Cleveland Browns. And who are the Cleveland Browns starting quarterback? Jacoby Brissett. He ain't going to do squat. So what do I think of that matchup? I think Carolina's going to get a payback on that game. They're going to win. Mayfield's motivated. We all know Michael Thomas, when healthy, he's a damn good receiver. It would be great if you could somehow interview Rikishi, bro. That is a long shot. I've tried to reach out with this guy, and he's hard to get. But he's definitely, big dog receiver, 6'3" from Ohio State. He's pretty good. All-Pro Fred in the top 100. Yeah, he made the top 100 pretty good. I'll say that. He could have moved up a little more, but it is what it is. I think he was like on the 22 or something like that. Cool. Yeah, a lot of vengeance games this year. Yep. I think Mayfield felt disrespected. Like, if you think about it, would you be upset? Would you be upset that the team traded for a quarterback with the case still going on? That had to be a slap in the face. Russ versus Seahawks? Yeah, Russ versus Seahawks, bro. Like, the fact that Pete Carroll couldn't even get him a freaking offensive lineman and couldn't give him the team he wanted to build around, Seattle, eventually it started to catch on. And Russell Wilson got tired of it, man. And now the Seahawks are investing in the offensive line now? Oh, that took so long for them to invest in offensive line. Like, Seattle is so stupid that it took them years to fix an offensive line. They kept going with the experiment with a guy who played defensive line in college and think that he can be a damn good offensive lineman at the next level. They took their investment on these project linemen, and it didn't work out. They took investment on certain linemen that they thought were going to be pretty damn good. They turned out to be disaster. So your best investment was Dwayne Brown, which he was like your only best lineman, but now he signed with the Jets. So now you're hoping that Charlie Cross is the answer. You're hoping that, what's his name? Abraham Lucas is the answer. Like, if you look at your offensive line, you didn't even invest that when Russell Wilson was there at the time. Like, the only time Russell Wilson ever had any good offensive line was in 2012 to 2013, around there. And after that, they didn't do squat. That line was trash right off the bat. So you can't tell me that they were everything on that. You know, it's ridiculous to look at it that way. Like, when you look at Seattle, like, why did it take you guys so damn long to fix a line? Why did it took you that long? Being cheap and conservative is what hurts a team. Russell kept getting hit and ran for his life. And this is what y'all did for this guy. This guy gave you a Super Bowl. This guy took you to 2 Super Bowl appearances, and you couldn't even fix a line for this guy. And at the end of the day, as a Niners fan, I'm glad he's gone, because he was a pain in the ass. Now that he goes to Denver, how worse can their offensive line be? I've heard mixed reviews that it's not as good as the Seahawks line, so we'll see. But is it vengeance? Without a doubt. It's vengeance. Without a doubt, it's vengeance. So we'll see. But, man, I'm just fired up, and we'll see about it. We'll see, man. We'll see. What do you guys got in mind? Let's talk about it, man. Yeah, do you think we beat Russ week 3? Without a doubt, we could. This is not sounding cocky. I think we do have the defense to overcome Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson's on a different team. And Denver is like, I don't know, he has to take like weeks to gel. Forget about the offseason and preseason. It's going to take regular season reps to this team to gel. And I think we'll catch Denver at a time where they're just barely starting to gel. So you're going to see them struggle early on, and then maybe late in the season they might be pretty good. So I think we do have a chance to beat the Broncos. And no disrespect to a lot of the friends of mine who are Bronco fans, but I think we're going to beat the Broncos this year. Broncos may be the dark horse team to easily maybe win the AFC West, but I don't see it happening. I think they're a wild card team. You have ceilings with other teams. Like there's just a couple of teams maybe better than them, where you got the Chargers if they are at their best, the Raiders if they are what they are, but you got the Chiefs. Everybody's sleeping on the Chiefs, and I don't get that. Are we just talking about one damn freaking player, Tyreek Hill? Mahomes has won games even without Tyreek Hill, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm not even a Chiefs fan, and I'm being realistic about it. Like, how the hell are you guys underestimating the Kansas City Chiefs when they got Juju Swister and they got this kid that's kind of like their Deebo Samuel? I forget his name, Sky Moore. I mean, Andy Reid knows what he's doing, so I don't think it's that big of a deal, if I'm being honest with y'all. Man, I'm keeping a buck with y'all, if you know what I'm saying. But y'all want to sleep on KC, man. I got bad news. KC's still going to win the division, whether you like it or not. You may only get 3 AFC West teams as playoff contenders. Like, I'll name you some players from I'll name you some teams that could easily be in the playoffs in the AFC West. Like, of course, Kansas City with Andy Reid, they're just a damn good team. Yeah, they're still a good team. I still put KC at number 1 in their division. Man. Chargers and Raiders, it's kind of like I want to buy into one of them, but out of the two of them, I'm just not convinced with the Raiders. Like, everybody's telling me that the Kool-Aid's pretty cool because they got to the playoffs overcoming adversity, but I don't trust Josh McDaniel. I just don't. Like, something about Josh McDaniel just seems petty, but maybe I'm wrong, but I just want to see how capable they are before I even come into conclusion. You know, just because I'm not a fan of them doesn't mean I'm not being like the other way around. I want to see what they're all about with this new coach before I even come into conclusion. The Chargers, if the coach can be fucking good on his fucking shit, then I think they are a fucking good team. The Broncos, it's always been a quarterback away from competing. Maybe that's the sleeper team. But if I had to choose those 3 teams, this may sound crazy, but I definitely have the Chiefs and the Chargers. Raiders and Broncos, that's kind of like an iffy. One of the two. But I think I'm going to lean it towards the Raiders. Like, if I had to choose my place rankings, Chiefs will be number 1. Chargers and Raiders, it can be between second place. I see those 2 teams fighting for it. Denver, it's a sleeper team. I want to see how good they are before I even come into conclusion. I already seen what I've seen with those teams, but if I see what I see with the Raiders, then maybe they are a dark horse to win a division, but they're not. Like, I just don't trust McDaniels if I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. But, yeah, we'll see about it. Let's see what about it, man. We got to look at the schedule. All right, man. I'm going to end the stream, man. If that's all you guys got, I appreciate it. And I definitely apologize for my guess. It is what it is. But, hey, got to move on and move forward. But, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you guys got more questions at some point, I'll be glad to answer later on. But, hey, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.